So you want to get your bike fixed, but you can't get it to the shop. What if the shop could come to you? I met a guy who has a business in a truck, and he came and did some service on my bike. Let's check it out. So, hi, it's Superman Kev, 2001, and I am in my driveway, and I'm with Joel Allen, and he has a business. And what's the name of the business?
It's Joel's Mobile V-Twin service.
And
Most of what I focus on is Harley work. It's not that I would say that I'm super brand specific, but I was a master level Harley tech when I left the dealership. I've been doing my own business now for a couple years, and mostly what I focus on is service, tires, accessories, leaking gaskets, things of that nature. That jobs that you can usually get done in a day or 2 days, that sort of thing. I do a lot of handlebars, tall bars. Those are real popular, and it takes a full day. I bring my truck right to your house, put the bike in the back. It's set up like a little one-bay garage, and yeah, I've got my tire machine and pretty well, I'd say capable of about 75% of what a normal shop does. There's certain bigger jobs or certain longer term jobs that I don't get involved in, but yeah, do cover pretty good bit of stuff, and just being able to come to people is the big seller for me. I think is people work from home. You don't have to go into the dealer or your local shop. Just be able to, guys hang out at the back of the truck and chat with me all day, or I said you can drink beer and mow your lawn if you want. It's all up to you.
The typical job that you would do in your shop here, like you do a lot of tire work?
I do, yeah, and there's some people who buy their own tires. There's a few companies online that sell for a good price. That some people will get their tires. I'll purchase them and bring it in and just be prepared to, yeah. I do quite a bit of tires actually. The tire machine's been a really good item to have on board.
So, and another thing, when we were talking earlier, you were saying that oftentimes you'll have people that will get maybe a group of guys. And you do a bunch of service work all at once. Go to one location and do some service work.
It's
like oil changes.
Those ones are really great for me. I think it's also great for the customer. I do charge a service fee for bringing the truck out, but if I have 2 or 3 guys there, I'll divide that between those guys. So it's actually even a little cheaper for each of them to go together, kind of pool together and be at one location for me. And yeah, sometimes guys just like to hang out and watch, and some guys got other stuff, projects going on around the house, and I can just be there and work while they're doing their own.
So I'm in Listowel, and that's kind of on the outer edge of the area that you service.
Yeah. I live in New Hamburg, and I've worked in Kitchener, I've worked in Guelph, and find for myself, I try to keep it within about 45 minutes to an hour of home, so I have kind of a radius. I've got customers in Woodstock and over Stratford. I've got a bunch of guys, a good group of guys here in Listowel and Atwood area. I do over towards Guelph, but there's so many bikes in KW. I know some guys live further away and ask me about would I come that far, but I mean we've got lots of work as it is. That's kind of my thing, is around Waterloo region, maybe 30 minutes out sort of thing. So I don't spend all my time traveling to your location. It's a good truck, but it's not a fast truck.
Anybody in the basically Waterloo region, this is a great option for you. You know, especially, I'm thinking of somebody that has a flat tire or something that they can't ride the bike. I mean, you'd be able to come out, fix it right in their driveway, and put it back on, and they wouldn't even have to take the bike to the shop. I mean, that would be a real advantage.
That's part of the convenience factor that I try to provide people is just being able to do that, like not having to get a trailer, get a pickup, get your neighbor, ask the wife to follow you out there so you can drop the bike off, and then a couple days later follow you out to fetch it again. I'm at your door. I said I do a little bit of stuff with the metric bikes. I'm The Japanese guys do some things that are different, but my wife rides a Shadow, so you know, with metric cruisers, I do some tires, brakes, oil change, service type of stuff. I'm not
less with the repairs.
Well, yeah, less with the repair, less with say like a major service like valve adjustment and stuff. They just get into certain special tools and a whole lot of different other gaskets and parts that I don't have or I'm not familiar with.
So,
being almost 20 years at this, being a Harley mechanic, so
primarily you fix Harley Davidson, and what other brands are your?
I've got a couple guys with Victory, so I've done, you know, some tires, clutches, services, things like that for Victory, and I got a couple guys with Indians, the later model Indians, and it, but yeah, I'm like I say, I'm a motorcycle enthusiast. I wouldn't say that I'm terribly brand specific. I just know that a buddy of mine always says to stick with what you know, and being trained and got all the tools and got part supply for Harley, it's just what I'm familiar with, really. But you know, there's always room to teach an old dog a new trick every once in a while and learn a few things and get involved with a couple of different items as well. So sometimes it's worth calling just to pick my brain or ask me if I do something. And I mean, I do that with some of my friends at some other shops as well.
Oh, yeah. How would I pay you? How am I going to pay you today?
It's a good time. It's a good time in history for doing a mobile business, because I mean, I have like a Moneris machine, just like the gas station and the restaurants have, that takes debit and credit. Some guys prefer to e-transfer me. Some guys just still like paying with cash. I mean,
so cash is okay.
Cash is always good.
One of the reasons I called Joel was because he had the diagnostic computer that was able to read the codes on my bike, and he came out and took a look at it, and he diagnosed the problem on my bike really quickly. I was having trouble with the throttle, and as it turned out, it was a broken wire. And he diagnosed the problem. He fixed it really quickly. I was really quite impressed with his knowledge of what to do with the bike. He was able to get I went out for a ride. It acted up. It gave him a code. With the code, we figured out what was wrong, and he had my bike quickly repaired. As Joel left the driveway and started down the road, it got me thinking that this is probably going to help an awful lot of people with this business model, and I think it's such a great idea. If you've liked this video, slam that like button, and if you wouldn't mind, hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you on the next one. I will leave all the information for this business in the description.